All right, well, in a couple of hours, President Obama is expected to leave for Copenhagen. Nancy Pelosi will be waiting for him there. Copenhagen is very lovely this time of year, so why spend your time cooped up in stupid meetings? And why cope with all the long conferences? Just hit the town. Here with some day trip ideas for the President and Madam Speaker, bestfares.com CEO and founder Tom Parsons. Copenhagen is actually a beautiful city. I've been there myself. And since this climate conference could be a waste of time, you're saying there's lots to do while you're there, right?
I can't think of a better time to be over there to do nothing and then look at the sights and scenes. You know, when you look at the chocolate factories like the Peter Beer a chocolate place where you can get all the best chocolates in the world. You know, he owns a plantation down in the Caribbean, in the Dominican Republic, and he grows his own beans and even has an espresso cocoa bean coffee thing that he'll serve to him. So you can get both chocolates and
it's right on the main thoroughfare there, so it's not as if the President or Nancy Pelosi and their entourage would have to travel far. So now there's also, if they're curious to seep in a little history, there's the Viking Ship Museum. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, again, I mean, you're talking about going back to history, and that's what's so great about Europe, is that you've got these medieval-type, ancient Viking ships right there for you to see. You can see them building other ships while they're there, and just take a tour of the whole place. I did the same thing in England a few years ago, and it's just an interesting trip to see how history came about hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
All right, let's say you're not into the Viking ship thing. Something tells me Nancy might not be, but she can get hammered at the Carlsberg Brewer, I guess, right?
Well, we know Obama had a beer bash in the White House, and therefore he needs to go to the 5th largest brewery in the world, which is the Carlsberg Brewery. And again, they have all I think they actually make about as many as 20 different beers. And the one that they're most popular for, I guess, to get you a little bit more tipsy faster, is a 9% brew. But again, you can go on your own sightseeing tour.
Well, do they give samples?
Do
they give samples?
Sure, he'll feel real good by the time he leaves that place.
Well, he's the president. I just maybe give him a little extra. Now, let's say they're feeling a little woozy, they don't trust their legs. They could take a canal tour, right?
Yeah, the canal tours, you know, again, if you've been to Venice and over to Amsterdam, this is the same thing. You really get a good flavor of the Copenhagen. You know, have the wine, and you can dine on some of these cruises. And again, you can take the little cruises to the man-made islands. So it's you've got a lot. I think Copenhagen has a lot of flavor going on for him. And again, this shouldn't keep him too bored.
All right, now every dutiful tourist, even the President of the United States, I'm sure, is intrigued about taking home, you know, tchotchkes, souvenirs. You can do that at the glass shops. They're a big deal, right?
Yeah, well, the Royal Copenhagen is probably one of the famous ones. That's where they do there. You can also take tours. It seems like you can take tours almost anywhere you go in Copenhagen. But again, you can get one of a kind made. They've got all kinds. You know, it's pretty pricey, but I think he has a good budget. What did he do? Just get $1 million for his award the other day. So he should have some ching-chang left over to buy some of those gifts.
There's not a penny left over for even a fine piece of glass. Now, apparently in the city, though, a lot of people take bicycles, right? Even in the snow. How does that work out?
Well, that's the thing that amazes me. When you were there, I mean, 36% of the people commute by bicycle. 36%. Wow. That's an amazing number. And then when you look at him, can you imagine him just, you know, taking a bicycle ride with all the Secret Service? He can stop by and get some clogs, put them on, and then head over to the Tivoli Christmas Market where he'll meet Father Christmas. Matter of fact, they have still one of the only double-decker carousels right there. And there he can see him do the wood carvings and maybe bring back the little toy soldiers. He can watch them make the candles and let it drip and think about the United States budget at the same time. Right. I mean, there's many things
you can do.
A drinking
game. You can do the Carlsberg Brewery thing and take shot gains every time you say you inherit a crisis and go to the class. You'd have a fun time. Tom, thank you very much.
Well, thank you.